Sup guys, Colton here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 8 tips on how to stay focused while working from home and how to maintain effectiveness in your work. My first tip is extremely simple. Put the phone away. Effectiveness while...
Give me your phones.
Now, I know a lot of individuals, including myself, utilize their phone as a business tool. You know, I'm creating content on my phone. Maybe I'm shooting a quick story. I'm in contact with clients. I'm on phone calls. I'm doing outreach on my phone. All of these different things. Sorry about that. All these different things. And I know that it's very hard in that scenario to put your phone away. However, I would have 2 suggestions for you if you have to use your phone for work. And that is, if you are financially capable, buy yourself or invest in having a business phone. In having a phone that basically you want to turn off all unnecessary notifications, only download apps that you use for business on there. Now in my scenario, a lot of those are social media apps. And when I'm doing outreach, it's very important, when you're doing outreach, trying to generate leads, trying to, schedule meetings with potential clients, that you're responding to them. So something that I do, a little system that I have, is rather than constantly being at the ready to respond and constantly checking my DMs and things like that, I have a block of time that I do outreach. And then later in the afternoon, I have a set block of time that I'm going to go into my messages, check for responses, and take the time to respond accordingly and book meetings. Rather than this being a continuous process that kind of really can consume your day. And I learned this the hard way. So, once again, if you can, get a business phone. If not, I highly suggest just really focusing in when you are using that phone. Really try and stay away from scrolling through social media, from doing all of these things that are really not work oriented. What is your goal for that day? And is the activity that you're doing on your phone at that very point in time directly correlated with achieving that goal? If not, cut it. Alrighty, so my second tip is to dress for success. Now, a lot of people, when they think of this, think of suits and ties and all this good stuff, and I am a huge advocate of a suit. However, really what I mean by this is dressing in a way that you normally would when you're going into your work environment. I have the privilege of being able to work for myself, and I work from home, so a lot of times I do like to dress up, depending on the video content I'm shooting that day, depending on the different activities that I'm going to be doing. But I also am able to dress down, throw on a t-shirt, some slacks, and have a productive day. That's my norm. However, if your norm is going into the office and you're wearing a button-up shirt and maybe a tie, I'm telling you, if you dress, if you just throw on you're working from home now, and a lot of people are, and you're just maybe leaving your pajamas on all day, your mind is going to be correlating what you're wearing with what its normal is, which is when you stay in PJs all day, you're probably used to it being maybe a Saturday or a Sunday, and you're kind of relaxing, maybe watching some sports, playing some video games, whatever it may be. So your mind kind of partially stays in that focus. So I really suggest dress the way that you do for work. If you don't wear suits to work, maybe a t-shirt and slacks is great for you at work. Put that on. Get out of those pajamas, put on some clothes, get looking however you would normally look when you go out and about or when you're going to work, and get yourself ready to have a productive day. Just get yourself in the right frame of mind. My third tip for you is to have a designated workspace. This is something that I learned as well working from home, is you don't want to be, setting up on your kitchen counter and having people running around you, the TV's over here, your Xbox is set up there, maybe there's a pile of dishes by the sink from the week that you may, want to jump up and take care of real quick. You want to have a work environment where you will have minimal distractions and you're able to fully focus on the task at hand of accomplishing work. So, whether maybe you have access to a home office and you're privileged to have that, that's great. That's a place that you can have be your own and you can fully focus, you can close the door maybe, etc., etc. But if you don't, it can be as simple as setting up a desk in the corner of your bedroom where you have all your things that you need for work and it's secluded from the rest of the house. You're able to shut the door. Being able to shut a door is huge. I think that allows you to remove distractions, not have people running through the room with you in there trying to accomplish your work, and it really just allows you to maximize your focus. Moving on to tip number 4, and this ties in very well with tip number 3, and that is, this one's more personal for me, and it's to have multiple workspaces, to be able to have a change of scenery. So something that I'm a huge fan of is, maybe I'm working here from my desk one day. I actually have another desk and office in the basement, and sometimes I'll literally just go down there to work on different tasks. Or if I have a long day at this desk in the morning and I got a bunch of work done I want to accomplish in the afternoon, maybe I'll head down to the other office and kind of accomplish some stuff down there. Just changes some scenery for me, makes things a little more interesting. I don't know why it helps me, but it just does. I lose focus very easily. So, it's important for me to do everything that I can to make sure that I'm not getting distracted. Another favorite workplace of mine is going to a local coffee shop. Believe it or not, I work, and this is once again me personally, I work very well when surrounded by chaos, when surrounded by noises and all these weird things that most people absolutely hate when they're trying to focus. But I love going to a coffee shop and just hearing the buzz of people in the background. Maybe I'll throw my headphones in, play some ambient music, and really just rein in my focus. Everybody's got their own place. Some people, maybe it's even the beach, catch a little sun, get some work done on your laptop. Whatever it is, I think that it's important to be able to have a change of scenery. So, it's refreshing. It helps. Tip number 5. Now, I don't want to sound like your parent here. This is not a lecture at all, so I'm going to cover this one real quick, and that is drink plenty of water throughout your day. Your body needs water, and when you become dehydrated, one of the number one symptoms of dehydration happens to be fatigue and loss of focus. Funny how that works. So, hydrate those bodies, stay focused, stay healthy. So for tip number 6, it is listening to focus music. This is not, throwing on your hip hop playlist that you play at the gym, where you're singing along to things. You actually want music that you are not going to want to sing along to. Something that's kind of just rolling in the background. And there's actually a lot of science behind this. I've done quite a bit of research into it. Something that I am a huge fan of is I like some classical music, some instrumental stuff, some lo-fi. There's a lot of playlists basically. My favorite I think is Brain Food on Spotify. That one's great, and it's literally just basically music tones. And so yeah, definitely do your research, look into that, try it out. Just throw on that music, throw on some headphones, throw it on in the background, and try doing what you would normally do and see if maybe you feel more relaxed or feel more efficient. I know that it definitely works for me, and I will be continuing to do so. Tip number 7 is to keep an organized schedule. I am a huge advocate for systems. I am a huge fan of organization. It is how I have accomplished everything that I have accomplished is through systems and organization. And in order to maximize your efficiency and maximize and optimize your systems that you have in place for accomplishing tasks, you need to have an organized schedule. There are a wide array of different schedulers that you can use, whether you're doing pen and paper or you want to use, the calendar that comes on your iPhone. My favorite is Google Calendar, but anything works. Just have some place where you can organize and block out your day and the different tasks that you want to accomplish, and you're able to also put time restraints on different tasks that you want to complete. I think that if people would take organization more seriously in their work from home life, it would make a world of difference. Just this tip alone, having a calendar, because someone, your boss or your manager, may not be standing over your shoulder as they normally would, watching you and inspecting the kind of work that you're doing and your efficiency, and maybe harassing you or pushing you in the right direction. You may not have that motivation that you're used to. And people like myself, entrepreneurs that are working for themselves, have to know how to motivate themselves. And the reality is, if you're not necessarily used to that, having a schedule will really help you to stay on course and stay on task. You're able to plan out, do it ahead of time. If you have a bunch of things you need to get done Tuesday, plan out your day Monday night. It's that simple. Just plan ahead of time, be ready to conquer your day and kick some ass. Tip number 8, and the final tip that I have for this video, is focus on your posture. This one is huge, and I actually have a new chair on the way from a new client that my agency is officially working with, Venn Design, and it is, I'll be shooting a video on it later, so I'll showcase that, but back to the topic at hand here, really focusing on how you're sitting. A lot of chairs that they make, even, these high-end computer chairs, you're sitting in them, and where the backrest is, if I am sitting with my butt all the way back in this chair, and my back is against the backrest on this chair, by no means is this correct body alignment. By no means at all. And I'm sitting in the chair the way that it is meant to be sat in. And the reality is, it's as simple as, perking yourself up, aligning your body, and I'm telling you, you're gonna thank yourself 1 year down the road, 2 years down the road, 20 years, 30 years down the road, when you don't have a slouch or your back doesn't ache every single day and you're able to do the things that you love to do. So another great way to do these things is stand up, get a standing desk. That's something I like to do. I like to stack books or stack things, bring my laptop up. I'm 6'4", so it's quite the stack, but I will stack up books or stack up items that I have and have a standing desk for the day. Really just helps you to, remain healthy, remain happy. Very important things. So that about sums up this video, everybody. I hope that these tips were helpful for you. I know there's a lot of people working from home right now. And if you have any added tips, feel free to go ahead and throw those in the comments below. I'm sure there's a lot of people that could, take some value from those. And I would definitely love to hear your ideas. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you got value from this video. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will catch you all on the next video.